If you believe getting to $1 million in funding is about finding a better trading strategy, you've already lost. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact 3 components that separate traders who merely touch funding to those who scale to $1 million effortlessly and pull consistent payouts at that level. This is the same framework I've used to help hundreds of traders secure 6 to 7 figures of funding. And it's the same framework I've used to help these traders pull consistent payouts without blowing their accounts. Now, there's a major psychological difference between traders who scale to 7 figures, get consistent payouts, and hold on to those funding accounts versus the traders who go through the boom and bust cycle, make a little bit of money, get a bit of funding, get a small payout, and then blow that account. In a previous video, I used the analogy of a dating analogy. I think this analogy hits home for many people because many people can resonate with it. In the dating field, you have people that you really look up to. You might see an individual that you really think is very attractive and you put them up on a pedestal. And when you put them up on a pedestal, you now fear losing them. And because of your fear of losing them, you sacrifice your life, you sacrifice what's important to you to please that person because you don't want to lose them. So we've all been in situations where we've done that, put someone up on a pedestal and minimize our own desires and minimize what we value most. And then in certain situations, we've also met people that we don't really like and don't really look up to and we find unattractive, and we put them down in the pit and we kind of tell them that you either do what I want or I'm going to leave. And in that state, you're kind of controlling them through fear as well because they're scared of losing you. So everybody resonates with this idea that we can put people above us and we can fear the loss of them. So we sacrifice our life to please them. And we can also put people in our mind below us and we almost have this relief if we lose them. So we do what we want to do and they have to do what we want to do. And it's no different with the amount of funding you trade as a trader. If you're highly infatuated with the dollar amount of funding you're trading, you're going to fear losing that amount and your trading is going to be riddled with emotional, fearful decisions. You're either going to fear missing out on trades or you're going to fear taking losses. In both those states, you're going to tighten up and not stick to your trading plan. And so too, there've been levels of funding that you've traded that you just don't really care about. And you're not taking trading seriously enough. So in both those states, extreme infatuation or extreme resentment, you don't trade most effectively. You trade most effectively in what is referred to as the Goldilocks zone. So this is the fastest route from $1,000 in funding to $1 million in funding. Now, let's zero in on this little image here. The reality of trading $1 million in capital, let's say, for example, this whole example, I'm going to be using the statistics that you risk 1% per trade and you have an average risk to reward of 1 to 3. That means when you win 3 times what you've risked. And when you lose what you've risked. So when you're trading $1 million account, if you're risking 1% per trade, you're risking $10,000 per trade. So if you lose a trade, you lose 10,000. But if you win a trade because of your risk to reward, you win 30,000. So the trader who is able to trade $1 million successfully is the trader who can embrace a $10,000 loss and a $30,000 win unemotionally with these statistics. Now, if you can't do that, then you're not truly willing and you're not truly able to manage $1 million in capital. And whatever amount you're willing to embrace the loss and the win of unemotionally is the amount of capital that you will be trading at. That's your Goldilocks zone. So for example, a trader may start trading a $1,000 account. And with these same statistics for this example, on a $1,000 account, you have a $10 loss and you have a $30 win. So if you can embrace a $10 loss and not even be emotionally deterred by that, and you can embrace a $30 win and not be emotionally deterred by that, you're in control at that level. And you don't see the loss or the win as either bad or good. You see the dynamic as neither good nor bad, and you're completely unreactive to that level. In that state, you're not run out of fear. You're a master of that level. And you can trade a $1,000 account without being emotionally pulled by the trades you take. Now, for some people, that may be too easy and you may not take it seriously enough. So what these traders usually do is they scale up to a $10,000 account. And you know you're ready to trade a $10,000 account if you're able to embrace a $100 loss without fearing the gain of a $100 loss, or being resentful to a $100 loss, and you're able to embrace the $300 win without being infatuated with that or fearing missing out on that. So you're only able to successfully stick to your trading plan and manage $10,000 account if you're able to unemotionally take $100 losses and $300 wins. But let's say, for example, you can take a $100 loss and be unfazed by it, and you can take a $300 win and be unfazed by it. Well, then you're ready for the next level. The next level here is the $100,000 level. And when you're trading a $100,000 funded account, you have to be willing to embrace $1,000 losses and $3,000 wins unemotionally. Now, let's say you get stuck on this level and you're fearful of taking a $1,000 loss and you're elated when you take a $3,000 win. Well, just understand at this level, you're not going to be able to consistently stick to your trading plan because out of the fear of losing, you won't take trades the market's presenting to you that are part of your plan. And out of the elation over winning, you're going to impulsively jump into trades too quick and overtrade. So you know now this is your next challenge. So your Goldilocks zone is somewhere between $10,000 and $100,000 in capital. Your Goldilocks zone is not too much and it's not too little. It's the perfect amount of support and challenge. It's the perfect amount of winning and losing. Because at that level, that's where you grow maximally. If you take a win, it kind of stretches you a little bit and expands your mind to the potential in the market. And if you take a loss, it hurts just a little bit and creates just enough fear to give you that drive to level up and motivate yourself, but it's not too much. The wins don't make you hugely elated and the losses don't completely deter you from trading. So your Goldilocks zone is that zone on the border of comfort and discomfort, support and challenge, win and loss that makes you grow maximally. And every trader needs to find where their Goldilocks zone is. You find it based on where you can take wins and losses and you're just a little bit emotional because that's where you're going to grow maximally. And when you're at that level, you can then focus on your mindset again at that point in time, and you can work on finding the benefits to losing $1,000 so you become less fearful of that, and finding the drawbacks to these $3,000 wins so you become less elated to that. And over time, what's going to happen is you're going to mature on that level and you're not going to become as reactive to the $1,000 losses or the $3,000 wins. You'll start to integrate these. You'll start to have more of a carefree attitude where you're just sticking to your trading plan, irrespective of the wins and losses. And then once you can embrace a $1,000 loss and a $3,000 win unemotionally, you know you're ready for the next challenge and you scale up and you have your new Goldilocks zone. So the fastest route from $1,000 to $1 million in capital is firstly find where your Goldilocks zone is. Get into that zone, that perfect amount of capital that stretches you just a little bit and shakes you up just a little bit after a loss, but not too much that you're highly emotional. And get into that zone and then work on when you're in that through exposure and with time, exposing yourself to those wins and losses so that you can mature as a trader in that zone and you're ready for the next level. And then your Goldilocks zone increases and you go to the next level. And you do this over and over and over until you get to $1 million in capital and beyond that. And I've helped many traders approximate and acclimatize at different levels of capital and do that quickly through mindset work and through broadening their perspectives at those moments so they can scale to $1 million quickly. And remember, you're only willing to be $1 million trader if you can embrace $10,000 losses and take $30,000 wins unemotionally based on these statistics. That's when you're truly ready to be $1 million trader. Now, based on hard statistics and hard facts, the most important thing for a trader that wants to scale to $1 million is to protect their golden goose, to protect their downside and protect their capital. Most traders do not stick around long enough to be able to scale and acclimatize to $1 million. They go on these short-term boom and bust cycles, which means they end up blowing their account a week or two later, and they don't have enough time to approximate to $1 million in capital. So the most important thing is to create a risk management protocol using AI, using ChatGPT or using Grok or whatever AI you like, to create a risk management approach that allows you to take 100 trades without blowing up. And you want the AI to create a max daily risk. Let's say, for example, max daily risk of 3% or $3,000 on a $100,000 account. max daily trades of 3 trades so you don't overtrade. This is to stop you from over risking. This is to stop you from over trading. And then a drawdown protocol, the closer you get to hitting your max drawdown, let's say it's 6% or 8% or 10% max drawdown, when you get closer to that, from break even to your max drawdown, you're reducing your risk, you're scaling down your risk. So I have a video which is going to pop up on your screen here, which I encourage you to watch after this video, where I show you how you can use AI with your particular strike rate and your average risk to reward, and what script to give the AI to help to tell it how many max daily losses should I take? What's my max daily risk? What's my max daily trades? And create a drawdown protocol for me that allows me to take 100 trades without hitting my max drawdown, so that you can take all the pressure off your shoulders to have to win each individual trade. And you just set your new risk management protocol, AI does that for you, and then you just focus on consistently sticking to your plan. And then you also focus on identifying what emotional triggers pop up as you continue to scale up. Because the more you scale up, the greater emotional triggers they're going to be. You're going to be labeled a greater winner and a loser from the market's perspective, because you're taking bigger wins and losses. So you need to identify how you're being triggered positively or negatively, and identify those things and write them down and become aware of why you're being triggered by the market, so you can mature as a trader, you can integrate yourself. I've got another great video. It's a 15-minute video that helps you bulletproof your trading mindset. So that's also going to pop up on your screen. I want you to save that one and watch that one after this video, so you can start identifying and addressing your emotional triggers in real time. Now, the third and final step to getting to $1 million in capital is to pull on the string. Now, I need to caution you, you only want to pull on the string and hold yourself accountable to higher degrees once you have your mechanical strategy in place, once you have your mindset in place, once you have those components in place and your processes are rock solid and you've got the foundations in place, then you focus on pulling on the string. And what I mean by that is you're going to be generating a certain amount of income from your trading, and your income comes in up here. Now, let's say, for example, you're currently trading $100,000 in prop firm capital, and you're on average making 5% per month from your trading. So you're pulling in $5,000 on average per month. You have a certain financial flow and structure. When you get that payout, a portion of that money goes into taxes, a portion of that money goes into your savings, and a portion of that money goes into your expenses. You want to focus on building up a cash cushion, anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of cash in the bank. And then you want to focus on any spillover that cash cushion going into long-term income producing assets. These long-term income producing assets are just going to focus on compounding over time, and you just reinvest the dividends. And these are a long-term play where you're putting a portion of all your income into these long-term income producing assets like an index fund or something like that. And what I mean by pulling on the string is that every 3 months you focus on increasing the dollar amount you contribute to investments. And what this is it's accountability to continue to take on more funding and to increase your income. So just like if you go off and buy something really expensive, a liability that's very expensive, you kind of hold yourself accountable to make more money, or to make just the amount of money to pay for that particular thing. But instead of buying a liability, you're putting that money into assets that are continuing to grow, and you're holding yourself accountable to do that every month. Every month you're contributing to your investments, and let's say you have a bill here of $3,000 that has to go into investments or whatever it is, then you have to pay that bill, and that just holds you accountable to continue to be generating money from your prop firms and from your trading, and you hold yourself accountable to increase the amount of funding you take on. And again, you only want to do this when you have the proper processes in place. So there's just accountability, because most traders, what happens is they go boom, they get complacent, they go bust. If you have a string that pulls you and holds you accountable to doing the high priority actions every day and continuing to increase the amount of funding you trade, you're going to find your income from your trading just continues to sustain, because you have a continuous, ever growing accountability to focus on leveling up your trading. So traders, these are the 3 components that help you go from 1,000 in funding to 1 million and hold you accountable to sustain that and trade it long term and continue to get payouts. And this is the exact protocol I share with my traders. So if you found it useful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And before you click away, I want to make sure you really focus on your trading psychology next and bulletproof that. So before you click away, if you haven't watched it already, I want you to watch this video that's about to pop up on your screen. It's going to be a game changer in helping you bulletproof your psychology so you can scale to consistent payouts.